Is it pretty? A little bit of contact there from Smuts. He muscles his way past.
Contact.
Into the back of...
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.
Hello race fans, I am Kane Kraft, and this is the V8 Supercars America Series. JD Smith should be with us here any minute, as we're starting to get things loaded up here for round 10 of the V8 Supercars America Series. This is going to be an exciting one. Virginia International Raceway is one of the more exciting tracks that we find ourselves at every couple seasons. A lot of drivers really like this track. It's a track that the drivers really have to work hard at. The drivers really they really got to be up on the wheel for this one. Trying to get some live pictures going here. So Virginia International Raceway, one of my favorite tracks of the season because of the aggressiveness of the drivers that the drivers have to use here, and the track has got the nice fast flowing turns and even some slow hard turns. There is opportunity for passing here. We've even seen some amazing passes done here, so I think it's going to be an exciting race. You can come in whenever you're ready there, JD.
Man, I do believe you are absolutely right, my friend. How are you tonight?
Doing good. Glad you made it here with us. I was getting a little worried that the viewers were going to have to put up with a solo Kane Kraft tonight, and we all know that don't go well, so I'm sure that they're just as happy as I am to see you.
I am here, and just getting everything settled in. You know, it takes me a little bit longer to get loaded in, but I am slowly but surely heading that way. I am excited about the action tonight. I did a good bit of listening on last week's broadcast that we were here, and man, I tell you what, it's got me all pumped up for the race tonight. I believe it's going to be a tight one. We're going to have a tighter points race now than before, so it looks like it's going to be a really good conclusion coming up to the end of the season.
Yeah, no doubt. I can't argue with you there. I definitely think that we're in for a good treat here tonight.
And I know, man, I tell you what, Kane, I tell you what, what's one thing we don't do in a while? What's your chances of, or better yet, who are you picking to take the flag tonight?
I tell you what, I don't even know that I can make a pick tonight, because I think it's here at Virginia, it can be so challenging. I know Marlon does a great job here, and I know this is kind of an unusual broadcast. I'm seeming like I'm working off of two left hands here, and it's because I am. I'm really having struggling getting this going here for some reason tonight. I'm having lots of technical issues on my end, but I do think I'm getting close to having it up. But I know Marlon is really good here. We've seen him make some very aggressive passes here at this track, and it's a track that he really enjoys. So we should look for Marlon to do real well here today. But Ethan Greg Galt is going to be a man on a mission today. He is going to be doing his best to try to get victory here, because just come to the end of the season now. We've just got a few rounds left here. He's definitely going to want to get out in front in points and try to catch up and get that lead back in the points. So we're going to see Ethan really trying hard, and he does have the pace to get it done.
He does, Kane. I think that he's extremely hungry for a victory, especially after the events of late. So I really believe he's going to be pushing very, very hard tonight and extremely focused. However, sometimes when you come in a little bit hot like that, or I say hot, but a little bit not frustrated, but feeling the urge to win, sometimes it can add a little bit of difficulty to the situation instead of being in a calm, collective situation. But I don't know how he's coming into this race, if he is feeling confident, cool, and collective, or if he's a little bit fired up.
A track like this, I can't imagine anyone being too awful confident on because it is such a rough track. But I would say that two of the drivers that definitely have that, I don't know, that right to be confident here, it would be Ethan Greg Golt and Marlon McMullen.
Oh, yeah, both drivers are extremely talented. They can pick up at a track like this with no problem. Really, the rest of the field's more what I'm concerned with tonight. This is when I get on the track in this car, this is probably the most difficult track that I go to. I don't know what it is about this circuit, but it really plagues me with difficulty. I cannot seem to keep myself on a good pace here. I'm very inconsistent, and I also have trouble sometimes even staying on the track. So it's just a tough place for me. Maybe that's seat time, just inexperience, but this track has always given me difficulties. And I believe a lot of the other drivers feel the same way. Now, I knew that there's some drivers that are very fond of this track. So I guess it's one of those just hit or miss tracks. You either love it or you hate it. And the guys that love it should shine through tonight.
Yep, this is definitely a track that if you like this track, it's a track that you do well on, and if you don't like this track, it's really tough to do well. You know, there's tracks that you can not enjoy and still do well on, but this track, if you don't like it, I think it's probably going to be because you don't do well here, and it's just so frustrating. We've got PJ Sturgis with us tonight too. Just noticed that, and I'm kind of getting in here full all the way now as I'm getting everything going, seeing what we have thrown at us. Let's talk about the track. Virginia International Raceway, a pit lane speed of 45 mile an hour, and we're probably going to see that tonight with 29 laps here. 3.244 miles. Strength of field tonight, 3,673. Air temperature is 77 degrees. Kind of cool out there, but the track is kind of hot, 102 degrees. So that's going to be interesting.
It is a little bit different temp than usual. A little warmer tonight.
We do got Ian Grid on the Ford with Ian Greg Golt starting from the second position. PJ Sturgis will roll off from third. Marlon McMullen in fourth. Brake Kloppo fifth. Richard Elward sixth. Paul Gurrell seventh. Tony Klusterman in 8th. Fazan El Nabi is with us again this week. He'll be rolling off from the 9th place. Victor Tanaka in 10th. Greg Sharp rolling off from that 11th spot. Rory Windrum will be going from 12th. Bruce Keeley 13th, and Ed Rest. A couple names there at the back that I haven't seen in the series before, which is always awesome.
And I am almost with you, pal. It's a loading screen is got to be at the end of its loading. I'm ready to see some racing.
Yeah, me too. Still having some issues here. It looks like they're still. There we go. Now I'm able to find the grid. For some reason, my cameras just would not switch over to the grid, but we do have it now. The guys are gridding up. As I said, Ian Ford on the pole. with Ian Greg Gold starting from P2, PJ Sturgis in third, and Marlon McMullen going from fourth.
I don't know how long we have until they take off, Kane, so if they get ready, just cut me off.
They are going now. The lights are on. Engines are revved up. These guys are ready to blast off here at Virginia International Raceway. Ian Ford with a good start. Marlon McMullen now side by side with Ethan Greg Golt. He's going to have the preferred line going to the inside. He is going to have position over Ethan Greg Golt. Ethan now in fourth. Marlon's even got to the inside of PJ Sturgis, making its way up into second now, side by side with PJ. PJ still in that second spot, Marlon on the outside. He is going to fall back into third. Ethan is right there to take advantage. Ethan is going to get to the inside. Now Marlon's got the inside as we go back the other direction. Fantastic racing here for this third spot so far. Ethan takes back control of that third spot. Things looking good through the field so far. Looks like everybody's got off okay. New drivers to the series. Looks like they got through the first half of the lap. So far, so good. No damage to the car, so that's good to see. Let's check back up at the front. Ian Ford is still well out in front. PJ Sturgis in second. Ethan Greg Golt still holding off Marlon and in that third position. And, of course, Marlon McMullen in fourth. Blake Capo has joined us today, which it's been a long time since we've seen Blake. Good to see him here in the V8 Supercars America Series. He is in fifth. Richard Aylward in sixth, right ahead of Tony Klusterman. Go ahead.
No, just saying finally everything's good to go. So I am here with you now, buddy. I know you've been trying to get everything on the broadcast rolling correctly and broadcast, so I can relieve you for a second, I know. But good things looking up front so far.
A little contact there. That was Greg Sharp. Nope, even further back than that. Paul Gurrell having some tough luck. A little bit of contact there sent Paul Gurrell around, and now Paul back in that last place. He's going to really have a tough time. Now, he was doing really well up to that point. Let's take a race recall replay and see exactly what happened there. Alright, should be coming up here very soon. Paul to the inside of Tony Klusterman there. Victor Tanaka. Is that Victor? Yes, it is. Victor Tanaka just kind of rushes up there and makes some contact with Paul Gurrell, and around goes Paul. So, tough break for Paul Gurrell. He'll have some work to do to catch back up to the field.
Never a dull moment.
Back up at the front, Ian Ford really pulling away from second place PJ Sturgis. I'll bet there's probably a second and a half there. I'm going to have to refresh my overlays and see if I can get my live timing to work, because I'm flying blind here.
Welcome to my world. I get that delayed timing. All right, guys, here we are on lap 3 at 29. Lots of good racing going on here at Virginia International Raceway. We want to welcome you guys again to the V8 Supercar Americas Series presented by V8s Online. And right now, up in the front, it still is Ian Ford up there doing a good job in the number 4 Maverick Weldon Holden. And right now, he's got his sights set on a long 29 lap race. Behind him and creeping in is PJ Sturgios. He's got his work cut out for him, though, as he does have about 3 car lengths to go as they round the old oak tree there. And behind in third, it's Ethan Grigg Galt in the Sim Pit Commodore. He's looking to get around Sergio's here any minute. And back in fourth place, Marlon McMullen. And rounding out the top 5 is Blake Capo there in the number 5 machine. And as his Demidov Innovations Commodore moves forward, he's got a little work cut out to catch that front pack. Behind him, it's Richard Elward in the SimWorks machine. And Tony Klusterman doing a good job up in the 7th position in the Simability Holden. He's trying to get up there and get with that SimWorks Commodore with Richard Elward and put himself up into the 6th position. There should be a good battle between those two very soon. Behind them, too, we got another battle that could be under development. It's another Simability car. It's the number 6 machine of Victor Tanaka, who's currently in the 8th position. He's got Falzon Inabi right there in his tracks. That is in the Hinlink Industries Commodore. And right now he has been on a little bit of stress in the rearview mirror as the Hinlink Industries Commodore continues to try to inch forward. Oh, a little bit of some little slow there from Victor Tanaka. Not sure what caused that. Maybe just got on the brakes a tad too much, and that really closed that gap between him and Falzan Anabi. Good battle back here for 10th place, guys. Greg Sharp has got his hands full with Bruce Kelly. So that is a good battle for 10th. And then we have another battle, ladies and gentlemen, for 12th. That's another good one with Rory Windrum in the Inner Strength Products Commodore. He's got his hands full with Paul Gurrell. Remember contact earlier from with Paul Gurrell involved. And now here is him with an opportunity to possibly move into the 12th spot.
Back up front, I do want to say that Ethan Grigg Galt has caught up to PJ Sturgis. He was a little bit closer just a second ago as he was right on the bumper of PJ. PJ is starting to pull away just a touch, but I got a feeling that coming down this long straight, Ethan will catch back up to him.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun battle to watch up here. This is for second place, guys, and right now Sturgios is going to have to try to ignore the bright white orange teal car in the rearview mirror. He's going to have to focus on his own car. I do want to say good old classic Ford Holden battle going on right now as the guys race down the front stretch here at Virginia International Raceway. Oh, contact to the back right quarter panel. That's going to allow a little bump and run there. That's going to cause trouble for PJ Sturgios. Almost has to slow down. Good job by Ethan Grigg Galt to allow Sturgios his position back. That is what's the word I'm looking for? Sportsmanship, yes, at its best. And a good job. What that did, though, Kane, that tightened up that 3-car pack now as Marlon McMullen in the picture a lot closer than before. This is going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, Ethan definitely aware that his little mistake there bumped into PJ. He knew he had to do the right thing and regress that position, which he did, of course. And but he knew that's going to put Marlon right back on his bumper. And so we've gotten a 3-way battle for this second spot again.
Really like Marlon's livery this week, Kane. As you see him there in the Auto 1. He's got a good little run now, maybe a little added confidence from being able to catch up with these guys. Maybe that can give him the boost he needs to maybe make something happen here and try to move up into one of the top 3 spots. Well, you got a little bit of a look there, just not quite enough momentum needed. It's going to take a lot to get around both of these guys. This 3-car battle up here, guys, is ultimately for second place. Ethan Grigg Galt, of course, in third. He's working on Sturgios, and it's going to continue. Guys coming down here, getting ready to start lap 6 of 29. So the race moving along nicely thus far, and this right now is the best battle on track, and it looks like the battle is going to continue between Sturgios and Greg Galt. Really impressed with PJ Sturgios under this pressure. He's done a very nice job. If you watch him, he's done very well hitting his apexes. His exit speed's nice. He looks very smooth. I know the tires are still fresh in this one, so he should have no trouble there. But the car looks really good thus far. And on the contrary, Ethan Grigall has remained right there within that car length. In fact, he's actually at times gotten right back up there within that car length and has gotten into attack position. And one small mistake from the Pagnion Ford Falcon of PJ Sturgios, and PJ could fall to the Simpit racing machine of Ethan Grigall.
Yeah, he's definitely got some. He's definitely got some serious competition behind him with Ethan Griggold and Marlon McMullen. It's definitely would be very challenging to have those guys having such a close race right behind you, to be able to focus ahead and not worry about those cars behind. That's a tough job.
Definitely. Boy, I want to take this moment. I know the excitement is high, but I do want to take this moment, guys, and make a quick announcement. I hope you all... Oh, a little bit of a wide turn there from PJ Sturgios. That's why I like to bring up announcements. It brings the action. Down the front stretch, guys. Could it be a move right here from Ethan Grigalt? He's got some tremendous speed. He's going to look to the inside. They're going to go door-to-door down here, and the right-hander, and Ethan Grigalt will take second place momentarily. Sturgio is going to try to get one more push here, and he will not be able to do it right now. He's going to have to slowly try to work this thing back. Great move right there from Ethan Grigalt. That time was very cleanly done, and he has advanced into second position.
Now Marlon has got to do the same. He has got to get around PJ and stay with Ethan Griggold if he wants to have any chance at a podium here. But that's definitely a tough row to hoe, because PJ definitely got good pace here.
He sure does have good pace, buddy. I'll tell you, he really does. But right now, impressed with Ethan Grigalt. Once he's gotten out in front of PJ, he has started to inch away. Not majorly, but he has got a little bit of space there to work with. And I believe he's got his sights set up on our leader, who we haven't talked much about, Ian Ford, representing himself very well up there. He's got a lot of fresh air up there. He's breathing nicely right now in the Maverick Weldon Holden. Right now, the number 4 car is got his sights set on many laps ahead, and hopefully no cars in front, nothing but open road for the Maverick Weldon machine.
Glad to see it too. Ian Ford definitely deserves a good finish. He's kind of been struggling a little bit, at least the first half of the season, with a real good finishing position, and I do think he got a win last week, but to have 2 in a row would be fantastic.
It would be something, Kane. He really deserves it. He has been coming up for quite some time, and he's just hard work is starting to pay off for him.
Side by side, back in the 7th and 8th position, Tony Klusterman, Victor Tanaka, and Fazan El Nabi got a 3-way battle here, side by side almost, with these 3. Some people would call that 3 wide, but I like to make things difficult.
That's all right, my friend. I like it. Who says you must conform?
So Victor Tanaka coming out ahead in that 3-way battle. Fazan El Nabi in 8th. Tony Klusterman will round out the back of that little pack, and he will take that 9th spot. Back in 10th, Greg Sharp. He's got a battle of his own with Bruce Keeley and Paul Gurrell. In 12th, Rory Windrum fell off just a little bit there and is now back in 13th spot. Ed Rest still going at it, new driver to the series, and if anyone remembers being that new guy, he's still on the lead lap. He's just about 8.5 seconds down from 13th position. And I remember so many times running the lonely race while you're learning the car, and that's exactly where Ed's at right now, just trying to figure out the car and learn the track, of course, and keep his car clean and bring that car home and get some points.
Oh, tough for Tony Kloosterman, Kane. He has fallen back 2 spots right now, back to 8th. He was running in 6th earlier, and he was running right behind Richard Elward, so he would have been in 7th, but he has unfortunately fallen back to 9th ultimately now, and hopefully he can get things back going his way. He's had some good races over the past few weeks, and I'd like to see him get kind of back up there and get a good finish out of this today. He's still got plenty of time left, so hopefully he'll stay focused. Tony usually does a really good job. If he has a slip up, he usually does a wonderful job of regaining his focus and getting back up there, doing what needs to be done.
Yeah, Tony, a very clean driver, safe driver, and I think when the 3 wide kind of battle, that 3-way battle for position happened there, I think he thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and step out of this, let those guys go, and as hard as they're racing, I might just end up with that position anyway, and I think that's what kind of how he ended up back in that 9th spot. The battle is still going up here at the front. Marlon McMullen in 4th, all over the bumper of PJ Sturgis. Thought he might make a move around the oak tree, but he stayed back behind. He's got the draft now going down the long stretch here. Looks like he is going to go to the inside 9. Thinks better of it and stays back behind PJ Sturgis.
All right, I'm going to bring my announcement up, guys. First of all, thank you all for coming and watching the broadcast tonight. We do appreciate your support. We do have a little something special for you guys. If you want to check out an awesome NASCAR radio show, you can check out the all-new episode of All Jacked Up, which has just been published, and it is out for listening. So all you have to do is go to your favorite podcast provider, whatever that may be. Hopefully we're on there. But it should be. We know we're on iTunes. We're also on Player FM app. And also you can go directly to the source if you like and go to www.alljackedupradio.com and download it there. But it is available for listen right before the Daytona 500. What a great time to get started on our 2nd season of All Jacked Up. Back here at the race, guys, the battle continues between PJ Sturgis and Marlon McMullen. It has continued to be quite an action-packed battle for 2nd place. And I'm really proud of Marlon McMullen. He has not let PJ get away.
No, Marlon got gifted he got gifted the lead there last week whenever some trouble happened with the iRacing server there, and he knows that he really has to stay on top and get some good finishes, finish up on the podium in order to maintain that lead that he got there. So he's really going to have to work hard these next 19 laps to get around PJ Sturgis in order to make the very best of the last few races here.
The guys have done fairly well. I say fairly, I mean really well. They've done actually tremendous compared to what I thought here at Virginia International Raceway. And it's been fun to watch, especially up through the front. But really, all the guys have done remarkably well for this track. It's a narrow track. It's not a lot of passing opportunities. And we've seen some passing done here today. I'm really enjoying it. Richard Elward back in 6th place. He's trying to get the jets turned on. He would love to catch that 5-car, the Dimidov Innovations Commodore of Blake Capo. And right now that could be the case here in a few laps' time. He's inched ever so closely, and we'll see if that does happen. Now, his last lap, he was about 3/10 slower than Capo, but before that, he had some good laps running, and we'll see if he can string some together. 29 laps for the race tonight, guys. Kane has said he thinks we're going to be doing some pitting tonight. I think you may be right. And that, of course, as you guys know, can shake the whole thing up.
check back on that battle between Victor Tanaka and Falzan El Nabi in 7th and 8th. Victor starting to pull away just a little bit from Falzan, and showing just half a second gap between Victor Tanaka and Falzan El Nabi. That Victor's starting to pull away, but Falzan could catch that back up on the backstretch here.
Yeah, it's a really good duel back here with Falzan and Nabi trying to make it around the Simability Commodore there, almost contact.
Yeah, he really gained on him a lot around the oak tree there, and really has an opportunity here going down this long stretch.
He did. He drove it a tad too hot on entry, but he's got a great thing going down the backstretch. Don't know why he's going to try. Just couldn't get quite enough speed.
Yeah, I think overdriving it into the oak tree really hurt his exit, and that really cost him from having any kind of chance down that backstretch.
Can always tell when they drive it in too hard. It looks great when they're coming in, but when they're going out, they really struggle to get that exit speed.
Ethan Great Gold, Marlon McMullen in the pits. Marlon gets around Ethan through the pit stop and gets out in front. In front of Ethan Great Gold anyways.
Your eye caught the same thing mine did, as both of these guys are out of the pits here, pitting on lap 12. So getting those pits out of the way, we'll see if the trend does start around the track, and we'll keep you guys posted as always.
Yeah, I think both of them had the same idea to go in just a little bit early and try for the undercut. Looks like Marlon undercut just a little bit more, but in doing so, you always got that question, did he get enough fuel in the car? And so we'll have to wait till the end to find out.
I was thinking we may see more people follow the leader and see what our leader Ian Ford would do, but obviously Ethan Grigalt and Marlon McMullen having their own plans, and I like to see that. It was obviously pre-planned, I believe, coming into the race, and so they must have that marker pegged out. They may have to do a little save, but not too much, I would think. I don't know for sure. I say
Ian
that
Ford,
I may be completely wrong.
Ian Ford definitely has some time to spare. He's got 6.4 seconds ahead of PJ Sturgis. Now PJ hitting pit lane, so that gap is increasing.
Well, Ian Ford up here in the front is doing so well in this clean air. I would take advantage of it as long as I possibly could. If the tires aren't slowing your lap times down too much, I would stay out for a little while longer because you're doing so well out there right now. Once you get in the pits, and come back out and are in traffic, it really could slow things up. So, like I said, as long as he's not losing too much time, he could stay out a little longer.
Yeah, especially since he had 6 seconds to spare. He is losing just under a second a lap on his tires that he's got now, but that's probably just been the last couple laps that he's really been struggling to be almost a second off. But he's got 6 seconds to spare, so he could still go a few more laps and still be okay. Blake Topo is in that second position currently with Richard Elward in third. Go ahead, JD. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, it's fine, buddy. You got it right there. Trying to keep an eye on how Ian Ford's car is handling. I know it's only lap 13, but I'm just trying to keep an eye. You said he's already off a second of his early pace, and here we are starting on lap 14 of 29. He's got to be thinking about heading to the pits shortly, but the car doesn't seem to be sliding around. It looks like it still has some pretty good grip.
Yeah, and he's not off pace horribly far. His fastest lap, 1:48.9. And the last lap he just turned at 1:49.6, so not quite a full second, about 7.8 seconds.
Some more cars in the pit road is Blake Capo currently in the box. Richard Aylward, who's going to win this race off pit road. And Blake Capo about a half a second right before they're going to leave, just like they came in. Wow, identical. They had to be very close times in the box, Kane, as they do get away. Richard Aylward was hoping to maybe get a little bit more of a break in the pits, and now he's got to make up it on the track, and as we all know, it's a lot harder to make up time on the track than in the box.
Yeah, if you can get lucky and get a position in the box, that's the safest way to get it done, for sure.
And also, you think about a hundredth of a second or on the track versus in the box, and it's just huge different.
Yeah, just coming to a stop in your pit stall, a little slower than the other guy is enough to make up 0.2 of a second or something. That would really be a struggle to make up as close as these guys are on times on the track.
And I think that's why so many drivers don't like pit stops. I don't think the guys practice them a lot, and I don't blame them. They spend a lot of time working on their racing. But it is, when you are in a pit stop race, it is so important to have that skill of not only just, going into the box and hoping you have a good time. It's all about from the time that you literally ease off the gas to start making your way towards the pit road, the pit entry. And once you're on pit road, being able to maximize that pit road speed the entire way down without going over. Getting in the box just right where you're almost slamming on your tires just to stop at the right time, all the way to the exit, not spinning the tires on the way out, but maximizing your speed and not speeding again. It's a very difficult challenge, and it's a lot more difficult than people realize to get it done right. A lot of people can do it, few can perfect it. And it's helped some drivers that are very good with pit stops be able to gain spots in pit road. And the rumor has it, sometimes I still believe it, whether you believe it or not, I believe a good stop in a box does help your time.
Yeah, I think so. I think
as far as what
good and centered in the box
generates.
and good square in the box, I think that has an effect on the time that iRacing considers your pit stop.
It has to. I mean, I've had too many times where I've went in crooked, and I was in there longer. Or at least it felt like a million times longer.
Marlon McMullen has caught Ian Ford, so it's looking like Ian's strategy not paying off too well, at least at this point, because Marlon McMullen's getting those fresh tires, was able to catch Ian, and he's right on his bumper going down the backstretch.
Yeah, he is right.
No, that's not the problem. Ian Ford's last lap, a 1:58, 10 seconds off pace. That's what got Marlon caught up to him. Some kind of mistake there from Ian Ford.
And that is costly, because once he hits the pit stop, he will no longer be the leader.
Yeah, and with everyone else having pitted, wherever Ian comes out of the pit stop, that's where he'll be position-wise. So that 10 seconds was quite painful, yeah.
That really is going to hurt, especially with such a tremendous run so far from Ian.
Yeah, he was looking so fantastic. That's what you call devastational.
It is. It really is. I am curious to see how Ian plays his cards from this point forward, though, Kane. He still has a chance to come out of here with a great result, but he's going to have
Ian
to
is pitted. Somehow we missed it. I just brought up the pit stop deal, and the viewers probably noticed it. We didn't. They're probably laughing at us. But he has pitted. And
I did not even see him pit.
Yeah, so, yeah. Guess we were talking about something, didn't even notice it. So
No.
Ian not in such a bad position as we were thinking. Jeez Louise, people are just probably rolling over laughing at us.
Let's see them do it.
Yeah.
That's my argument.
It's tougher than you think trying to follow all the action out there on the track. Sometimes you miss something.
Oh, I'm a human. I make mistakes, so I'm not afraid to admit that, buddy.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything we've ever had an issue with. We definitely don't claim that we've got the most perfect broadcast, but we do got a broadcast, and we show up every week to show these guys race around this track, and they do such a great job. They definitely deserve to be seen.
And we enjoy it.
We do. I absolutely love broadcasting these guys and these races. These V8 Supercar races are usually so close and so exciting. Whenever these guys get bumper to bumper, the intensity is just on, and it's fun to watch. So the top three really look like it's going to pan out to be one heck of a race here. We've got Ian Ford out in front, since he did make his pit stop and all. And that's probably where all that time went, was into the pit stop. But Marlon McMullen right there on his bumper, less than a second. Not quite on his bumper, but he is less than a second back from Ian Ford. And then Ethan Greg Galt less than a second back from him. PJ Sturgis is 5 seconds back, so that's gonna be. He does got time. He's got well over 10 laps to go to catch those guys, reel those guys back in, and it's possible for PJ Sturgis. He's definitely quick, so we'll have to keep an eye on PJ, see how he does there. Looks like Ethan is catching up to Marlon, so Marlon going to have a battle on his hands before too long from Ethan Greg Galt.
Yeah, the front three starting to all get kind of close there. Ian Ford did put a little bit of daylight in between him and Marlon McMullen, but Ethan Greg Galt, like you said, Kane, he has come into the picture. So the front three could give us quite the show here in the second half of the race, as here we are on lap 17 to 29. So I am looking forward to some fun. Once again, we thank everybody for joining us here on V8 Online, and are presented by V8 Online, and we got a fun season ahead. We really do. The latter half of the season, of course, you guys know we're going to be getting tighter and tighter for that championship race, and the top two guys that really have a run here are running second and third right now and are about to give us a show, you would think. And it's happening right here at Virginia International Raceway. This could come down to be quite a big story as the end of the year or end of the season approaches. That was so funny, Kane. Ian ran 10 seconds off somewhere. And then he had taken himself and made a pit stop. Hits secretly.
Well, I was really scared. I was like, man, it's just so unlike him to lose 10 seconds like that. My goodness, what did he do? Stop and take a smoke break? Where did all that time go? And so I decided to check the pit stop, saying that we completely missed him going in, getting his pit stop out of the way.
Man. He got hungry or something, Get that Big Mac attack, man. Haven't dished out a livery of the race in a long time, Kane. I'm going to do one more cycle through the track while you were covering the race, and I'm going to get my livery of the week ready.
Alrighty, I do want to mention that Falzan El Nabi has gotten around Victor Tanaka for that 7th place. Those two had a pretty good battle earlier. That Victor was out in front for quite a while. Falzan has gotten that position, leaving Victor back in 8th. Paul Gorell started off with some seriously bad luck, getting some contact from Victor Tanaka early in the race. He has caught back up almost to Victor Tanaka. He's got quite a distance between he and Victor, but Paul Gorell is in 9th. Bruce Keeley in 10th. And Tony Klusterman back in 11th. So Tony having some issues here today, as he was up there racing for 6th, 7th, now finds himself back in the 11th place. So tough break for Tony, as he's really struggling here at Virginia International. Greg Sharp, another driver not having too hot of a day here at Virginia, finds himself back in 12th. Greg really is a good sharp driver, and really usually see him doing much better than 12th place. But like we said before the race, Virginia is such a tough track. Check back on this battle for second place. Ethan Griggolt, Marlon McMullen. Marlon is still out ahead, but Ethan has effectively caught him and is right there within half a second. So one little mess up for Marlon, and Ethan will pounce on that position. So it definitely is going to get good from here. 10 laps to go now. Ethan really closing hard into that braking zone. Marlon has better drive out, gets right back to about that same gap. So 10 laps to go. We've seen that Marlon did pip Ethan in the pits and got out in front on pit exit. And yeah, you know, we were wondering because he was, I don't know, what was he, maybe a full 2 seconds behind Ethan going into the pits, and comes out in front. And there is that chance that Marlon may not have got enough fuel to complete this thing. Will he have to start saving at some point in the next 10 laps? If so, that will let Ethan Greg go. By Ian Ford with some serious trouble. We got to do a replay on that and see exactly what happened to Ian Ford. He might have just caught a bad downshift. I'm not sure. I just seen his car go up in smoke and off the track. That's exactly what happened. So tough break for Ian Ford. We may have messed up and called it a few laps early, but definitely tough break. Ian Ford hits one extra downshift going down the backstretch and blows the motor up into pieces. That's going to move Marlon McMullen up into first place, Ethan Griggolt into second, and man, I am just heartbroken for Ian. That was bad.
Bad time to announce the livery of the week, I tell you. But I'm going to have to do it. Here we go, guys. I'm going to give it out to a classic livery. It's going to go to the number 2 car, Marlon McMullen. I really love that classic Ford.
Yeah, the classic Ford livery. I think that thing was just made a week or two. I'd seen it pop up on Facebook, and yeah, just a beautifully done livery. Looks fantastic. Now, sometimes I see who makes them, and I did see who made that one, but I just cannot remember.
Man, I tell you what, we are going to get a show between Ethan Griggolt and Marlon McMullen. You know, these two guys are having a blast right now, as now they are battling for the win, or the potential win here today, guys. Right now, Marlon McMullen knows what he has to do, but it's a lot easier said than done with Ethan Griggolt right there on your tail.
That's right. Marlon would like nothing more than to stay out in front of Ethan Griggolt and to bring home victory. But Ethan Griggolt definitely has shown, a two-time champion already, working on his third champion here in the V8 Supercars America Series, that he's got speed, and you know, he's normally out in front. We don't see him have to pass very often, but he can pass, and I think we're in for a show here as he really has to work to get around Marlon McMullen.
8 laps remain, and those 8 laps probably feel like an eternity for Marlon McMullen right now. But 8 laps is all that remains. If you're Ethan Greg Galt, those 8 laps aren't long enough. This is a tough track to pass on. Only a few select opportunities to get it done. So when you start breaking it down by lap, he only has a few opportunities to get up there in the lead. However, I think he's got a really good chance to do so if he puts himself in the right spot. That's going to be fun. It's going to be happening. Don't go anywhere, guys. I do want to also thank all the viewers out there, especially the ones out there that are commenting on the broadcast right now. We sure do appreciate it, guys. And we thank you for stopping by and watching the race tonight. And I know the drivers should do the same.
Yeah, speaking of the chat tonight, I just got word through the chat from Bo that Jake Blackhall made the livery that Marlon's driving.
Fantastic job.
Yeah, so great job there, Jake. That looks amazing.
If somebody knows Jake or knows him personally, let them know. They won Livery of the Week on V8's Online's coverage of the V8 Supercar America Series. And it could be the race-winning livery as well.
It could be.
But I would not speak just yet. This is a great one going on right now.
That's what I was going to say. I wouldn't be bold enough to make that call just yet with 7 to go. Ethan Grigol, he's just right there. This is going to get good. I do want to take your attention back just a little ways. You had mentioned Blake Capo catching up to Richard Elward earlier. He has done that. He's made up that 8 or 9 seconds gap that he had to Richard Elward, and has now got around Richard. And Falzon El Nabi is getting ready to have a battle from Victor Tanaka. He had quite a big gap back there to Victor. Victor now starting to reel that in right about the 1 second mark. Then Paul Garrell, we've seen that he was working on trying to reel in Victor Tanaka. He was down about the 9 second mark last time I mentioned him. He is at 6.8 seconds now, so he is making ground. I don't know if he'll make it in 7 laps, but he is making ground, so fantastic job for Paul Garrell. He definitely had to work hard today to get back up, even into that 8th position.
Man, what a great race. Almost 6 to go or 7 to go. Let me do a quick rundown, Kane, where we're looking right now. It's Marlon McMullen and Ethan Greg Galt battling for the lead. PJ Sturgios rides in 3rd place. 4th, Blake Capo. Richard Elward 4th. Falzon Nabi in 6th. 7th, Victor Tanaka. Paul Garrell 8th. In 9th, it's Tony Klusterman with Bruce Keeley in 11th. Greg Sharp is now 11th, pardon me. Rory Windrum 12th, and of course Ed Rest 13th. He's 1 lap down, and Ian Ford in the pits in 14th right now, guys. Very unfortunate.
Yeah, that one hurt to see that smoke barrel out of the back of the number 4 car of Ian Ford. Just sometimes that happens. You click it and it just double jumps down and nothing but smoke. And I think that's what happened. I think it just...
I really do hope Ian stops by in the post-race show for a word. I would like to talk to him about what happened. I know he may not be a night he wants to talk about it, but if he does come, I would like to know what happened in the cockpit. All right, guys, lots of action here. We're going around the oak tree one more time, and we're getting ready to start lap number 25 of 29 here momentarily. Won't be long, so keep your eyes posted. This battle has continued to impress up at the front. Very impressed with the run of Marlon McMullen thus far. He has not made any mistakes to this point to let Ethan by, so this could go down. We could have a photo finish here at VIR. And I'm not going to miss it for anything. I don't care how bad I got to go to the bathroom.
I hear you. I wouldn't miss it either just to go to the bathroom.
No sirree, Bob, man. I'm telling you what, that's going to be a great one. Really, really looking forward to that one. Tell you what, PJ Sturgios, he had a great run early in this one, and he's back there by himself in third. He still is clinging on to a podium position, and he has quite a gap between him and the fourth place car. So could be, a great day for him. It's just when he's by himself, we don't get to talk about him quite as much. But he has had a remarkable run as well.
Ethan Grigol all over the bumper. Marlon McMullen literally pushing him through the track here. Awesome view from the nose cam or from the roof cam of the Ethan Grigol machine.
Bump drafting through the S-turns. He's going to do it again, Kane. Here he goes. Wow. I can literally see, the beads of sweat are compiling on the forehead of McMullen, and he has got to get cool under pressure quickly, because right now Ethan Grigol ready to make his move. He knows time is starting to run out, and he's got to start making some aggressive moves. He's doing some slight aggressive moves right now. He should get more aggressive as time starts to dissipate away from this one. And here's a good run, guys, long straightaway. He's trying to soak up all the air from behind the number 2 machine. And here he goes, guys, pushing as hard as he can. Can he get up there and win the race? Will we see Ethan Grigol in victory lane, or will we see Marlon McMullen, 2 defending champions, going head-to-head right here for the win at VIR? It is going down to the wire. Can't wait. Start of lap 26.
Victor Tanaka has caught Falzon El Nabi for that 6th place and has a battle going on back there for 6th, so don't want to leave that battle out there. Real close battle between those two, all race long almost. So good job to both those guys for putting on a great race today.
Man, this is race weekend at its best. We got the Daytona 500 Sunday. We got good racing tomorrow in the Xfinity Series. We got a good race tonight. It's just awesome. So glad racing is back. Hey, Ian Ford is going to come in, Kane, and have a word with us real quick. Ian, welcome to the show, pal. And unfortunately, I don't want to say this wrong. I'm glad that you're here, but I'm not. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good, guys. Just a bit gutted after that engine pop, but it's great to be here. But I wish I was here about 3 laps later.
I really do understand, and I don't know if you heard me on the broadcast or not. I just was talking about how I would love to have talked to you about exactly what happened in the cockpit there. I know how easily sometimes, things like that can happen, but tell us kind of what was going on. You had a beautiful race going.
Oh, I was just, just trying to extend the gap after the pit stop, just to make sure that there was definitely no threats in the final 10 laps there, and I was trying to keep the engine, not doing any aggressive downshifts or anything for most of the race, and then, the one downshift that does ping on the limiter, it pops the motor.
It hurt. It hurt watching it. I know that probably gave yourself a pretty harsh reaction, but understandable. You had a wonderful race going, though. Really, really impressed with how you've been running lately. And you're really finding yourself up at the front every week. I know for the longest time we were finding you around third, stuck in third place or second place now. Always up in the front now, and it's a really good sign. I really like what we've seen lately.
Yeah, it's been a really hard slog trying to keep the car up on the podium position, trying to keep it up with the faster boys like Ethan and Marlon. And at Monza, we pretty much just dedicated a lot of time between a lot of drivers to try different solutions and things, and I don't know, I just found a bit more confidence with the back of the car, so it definitely shows around here where going down the hill, I'm just absolutely throwing it wherever I want to throw it, and the car's just going to hang in there. But at the moment, I'm pretty stoked watching this battle between Marlon and Ethan. I wouldn't like to be in Marlon's shoes. I know Ethan's going to throw the car up there eventually.
That was my next question is, are you currently watching this? We got an incredible battle right now between the number 2 Ford Falcon and the Commodore behind him. 2 defending champions going at it right now here at VIR. And Ethan Griggalt's got himself in a great position right now, guys. Right there, he is almost connected to the number 2 machine. He's going to get ready to make his move soon. It is lap 27 of 29. And at any moment, Marlon McMullen knows he's going to have to get into defensive driving mode very quickly. The start of lap 28, guys, white flag the next time by. Who's going to be our race winner? Is it going to be a Ford or a Holden? What's it going to be, McMullen or Griggault? It's going to be close. I tell you what, this is fun. Why'd you have to go ahead and get out of this race, Ian? Why'd you have to give us this awesome battle?
Oh, I don't know. I just think I'd have to give back to the community a little bit.
That's exactly what it was. In a way, we thank you. We got an incredible battle on hand. On the other hand, I was enjoying getting to see you out front, though.
That's okay. I'm pretty stoked with the pace I showed today, and I'll try and tune the car up a little bit more and try and make it even more of a weapon for Monday night and do it all again. But until then, I hope Ethan definitely does a decent dive, and we have a hell of a battle on the way to the end of the lap.
I do think that's a possibility, and I think we're about to have some last lap heroics here, guys. You are in for a whale of a final lap, guys. The white flag is getting ready to be waved.
And there we go. He's got close enough there.
He is really starting to get up there. I wonder when he's going to make his move. He knows he's going to have to do it here. He's got a good run with some drafting right now down this long straight. Is he going to try to poke to the inside, maybe get a little daylight? Enough. Not this time. He's going to have to try something to do the S's. He does have some grip, just not close enough. He's going to have to retry again. He is stuck right on the bumper through the second part of the S section here. It's going to have to happen soon, fellas. He's got to catch some mo quickly. And it looks like our white flag is about to wave the final lap. He's going to have one more good try. Is it going to be Marlon McMullen or is it going to be Ethan Griggault? To this point, Marlon McMullen has been flawless. Oh, and down on the inside, it's going to go side by side, door to door, racing down on the inside. Griggault's got the move. Is it going to remain? Here's a right-hander. It's the last chance for McMullen. He can't get it done. He's going to have to try to re-get it done. You knew it was coming, and he threw it out right when we least expected it. Beautiful pass from Ethan Griggault.
Yeah, it looked like Marlon went in just a little too deep there, went a little wide, and Ethan was all over. He was right there ready for it and took it to the inside, got that move done, and now it's all up to Marlon at this point.
It's not over, but it is. I tell you what, when Ethan finds that open air, it's extremely difficult, but I'm going to give Marlon the benefit of the doubt. He does still have one more chance coming up, and he's going to have to do something very quickly, guys. He's going to have to get that number 2 machine a little bit closer than what he is right now. Oh, good job through the by the oak tree there, but not as fast on the exit as he probably would have liked. He is moving closer. It could be
Ethan have a look up here. Now it's Marlon's turn.
Here comes a good move. It could be a photo finish, guys. He's going to have to get it done right through these S's or it's not going to happen. One more quick opportunity.
We have seen Marlon make one heck of a pass through these S's once before. I don't think he's got enough to get it done now.
Not quite enough, and your winner, Ethan Griggault, with a close finish in second from Marlon McMullen. A great show tonight, guys.
And Marlon literally ran out of fuel as he hit the line, so that's pretty insane how close he was pushing it for fuel.
That was extremely close. And had just enough fuel to get across the line for a second place finish. And what a race we just saw between two incredible drivers. Really, really close battle there at the end. You got to give credit to Ethan Grigalt for taking advantage of the opportunity right at the right moment. That was impressive, and a little bit of respect there from both drivers, as that had to be fun.
I was about to say, iRacing did something and took the smoke away, but now finally seeing the smoke back, looking just as good as ever. Fantastic
I'm glad you
job.
see it. It's not here with me, but I tell you what, was that as good for you boys as it was for me?
Yeah, fantastic race. That was exciting right up to the end. I do want to mention that Victor Tanaka did end up getting around that Falzon El Nabi, that battle that we were watching there. And, Paul Garrell ended up getting around as well. So, something happened there with Falzon El Nabi. Might have even been some contact, not quite sure. Have to go back after the race here and take a look and see what happened.
Man, I forgot there was another race going on. That was just so intense up at the front.
Oh, bloody oath, and you can't ignore PJ Sturgios getting third place and shining the American flag on the weekend that the whatever it is, the Daytona 500's on. I think he's in that for the Peak Andes free series.
Yeah, that is a fantastic effort from PJ to bring it home on the podium. With, like I say, American bringing it home on the podium during the Daytona 500 weekend. That's awesome.
That is awesome, and we do want to wish PJ the best of luck over in the ovals as he prepares for a big race next week as well.
See if I can find the race results here. Bring them up.
I've got them if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and run through the final results here at VIR. And your winner, Ethan Grigalt, great run right there from the number 1 Simpit Commodore. He really came through on the final lap, as we saw. And what a job from Marlon McMullen, his competitor there. In the number 2 Ford Falcon, beautiful job. As the Ford Falcon came up just shy, running out of fuel as he crossed the finish line. In third place in the final step on the podium, we just got through mentioning him, a great run from the Pagny Falcon of PJ Sturgios. He'll be the final step on that podium, and a wonderful race from him as well. Now let's take a look at fourth position. We mentioned Blake Capo a little earlier in the race, and a wonderful job from the number 5 machine. He really did a good job coming in there in fourth today. This was a tough track. We mentioned it earlier, and he pulled it in very nice in fourth. Rounding out the top 5, a great run from the number 7 car of Richard Elward, as he is able to take that 5th place spot. All right, then we have to look, of course, down to 6th place, which was the Simability machine of Victor Tanaka, and Paul Garrell in 7th in the Kimmy's Rural Fencing Commodore. Falzon Inabi in the Hinlink Industries machine did come across in 8th, and 9th went to Tony Klusterman, another Simability car. Bruce Keeley, it did round out our top 10 in the 14 Commodore. Greg Sharp come across in the Dimmadov Innovations machine in 11th. 12th went to Rory Windrum in the Inner Strength Products number 9. And Ed Ress comes across 13th place. And Ian Ford, of course, a little bit of some troubles, but a great run. He'll come across in the 14th spot. That is how all 14 cars run across here in the top split, guys. A great run here at VIR.
Yeah, that was a pretty exciting one, JD. I do want to mention that I did go in and change the teams on those overlays. I just seen that they're all jacked up. I don't know what happened, but I recall putting PJ in and moving Richard Elward over to ANZ, and that's not where they're listed. So something happened there. My apologies. I will get you guys put on the right team.
That's okay, man. I'm going to take this moment, guys, and welcome everybody to the post-race show. We're getting ready to kick things off. I already had an early interview with Ian Ford. We'll keep him in here with us, and we're going to get ready to interview some of the other drivers as they're getting ready for some interviews here. I guess we'll go ahead and start with our race winner. A really awesome job there from Ethan Greg Galtz. Let's bring him in now. Ethan, welcome to the post-race show. Let's talk about that epic run we just saw between you and Marlon McMullen. In fact, I'm going to bring Marlon in here as well at the same time. We'll interview you first, Ethan, then interview Marlon, but he's in here with you. Ethan, what you got, buddy?
Yeah, that was an absolutely an awesome race. I'm still a bit jittery from that end there, but yeah, I was really trying to push a car there, making up time to Marlon, and just losing it in different corners, and yeah, it was just really high pressure. Awesome race.
It was absolutely intense. Early in the race, it looked like Ian Ford was possibly going to run away with this thing, just how well he was running. And you guys did stay up in there and kept yourselves well in the game. And it ended up paying off for both of you as he had his troubles. And then we saw one of the best battles we have seen well, it is the best battle we've seen in 2016, but it is definitely one of the best we've seen in a while. Incredible run between both of you guys. And Ethan, that was just a great job of taking advantage of an opportunity there. You really jumped on it at the right time.
Yeah, thanks. At the start there, I was focusing on don't get a bad start, don't get a bad start. Got a bunch of wheel spin, and for some reason, I kicked the clutch and gave it more wheel spin. So, just like, bloody hell, Ethan, you idiot. And yep.
No, go ahead, buddy. I was just going to say, Marlon did not give you hardly any opportunities to get it done, and then the one opportunity you had, you did take advantage of it.
Yeah, I had a few good runs at the time, but yeah, I don't think I really had the brakes or the car, especially out of the last corner, because the best overtaking spot here is turn one, and I was getting a heap of understeer out of the last corner, which was horrible. But I could see Marlon was really pushing in under brakes, trying to get the limit of the car, because I could see him apply opposite lock through some of the corners, just coasting into the brake, and yeah. When he got out sideways, I almost followed him. So yeah, I was just trying to threshold brake and try and pull the car up and try and get around him, and it ended up that way.
Really big win, Ethan, for several different reasons, points, all kind of things, but just a big win in general for just the broadcast. Is an incredible race. Virginia International Raceway turned out to be a better race than I could have ever imagined. Definitely the best one we've ever had here, Kane.
Yeah, Virginia produces some great racing, and
not always,
but it usually produces a great battle or two. Every time we're here, there's usually at least a couple cars that have a good battle, but nothing quite as intense as this. This was a great battle.
I find it quite hard to follow cars really closely here, just because of the nature of the corners. You have to be really accurate over the curbs, and when you're behind a car, you just can't see anything. So, yeah, I reckon that's kind of contributed towards the amazing battle I had with Marlon. But yeah, pretty awesome.
Well, congratulations, Ethan, on an amazing race and a really big win.
Thanks, boys.
Absolutely, and hang tight, and we're going to bring in Marlon. I know you already got him in here. Let's welcome him to the show. Marlon, welcome to the post-race show. How are you, bud?
Yeah, not too bad. How about yourself, Stoles?
Man, doing good. That was an incredible run from both of you guys, and that's one of the unfortunate times. Somebody's got to come in first, and somebody's got to come in second. You did a remarkable job all race long, especially there at the end. Of making sure that you gave no chance for Ethan to get around you. You kept perfect to the race line, no mistakes, and then just the tiniest of mistakes, and Ethan was able to capitalize. Just an incredible run. Tell me about it from your view.
Yeah, no, I've always, I really, really love this truck. I don't know what it is about this truck. I just seem to really groove in with it quite well, and I love the aggressive sort of risk and challenge of it. And if you fall off bad around you, it's just an awesome place. So I was a little bit shattered to qualify so far down today, but that first lap was absolutely crazy. I don't know what happened. There was so many changes and all that, and we all survived. It was ripper, really good stuff. And yeah, it took me a couple of laps just to settle down after all that excitement and go, wow, we've actually survived all this, and start getting into a bit of the groove. And yeah, I was behind my rival at the moment, Ethan, and I just tried to stay as close as I could to him, focus on him, didn't really care about Ian and PJ. And yeah, just sort of slowly caught up to PJ, and he was lacking a little bit today. I don't know how much practice he put in, but he was lacking a little bit. So yeah, once Ethan sort of came in, I was always going to come in early, but once he came in, sort of pulled the pin for me, and yeah, I knew I could hopefully get a little bit back in the pit stop because I was trying to save as much fuel as I could behind PJ. So yeah, saved a little bit and tried to get a little bit cheeky in the pit stop today, and had a nice little bit of a gap coming out of pits, and yeah, from there on then had a really, really great battle trying to hold off Ethan, and yeah, wasn't too fussed on Ian. Then once I saw all that little black smoke come out of the rear, I'm like, uh-oh. And then thankfully there's no oil on the track, anything like that, so we're able to get around it quite cleanly. And yeah, from there on in, it was just one of those really awesome battles. And it's not often that I actually get to really have a good battle with one of my main rivals in the championship, Sean and John and all that in the past. So it was really nice today to have a really sort of nice battle with Ethan. And it was sort of like Oran Park, but yeah, I was always going to be a little bit short on fuel towards the end. So yeah, it was really quite challenging, but no, we had a really good battle today. So make some
Great
changes
job
for Monday, and we'll come back.
Sounds great, my friend. I think you said it all. That was really good. Enjoyed watching you two again. That was one for the books. And now I'm going to bring in PJ Sturgis to get his point of view on his race. So let's bring in PJ and have a quick word with him. PJ, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. That was a long race, but kind of glad to bring it home on the podium.
Yeah, that's an impressive podium. A tough one indeed, as for me, VIR was always such a tough track. Marlon obviously loves it. Ethan seems to love it. And but still, coming in third place, what was the race from your view tonight?
Yeah, off the line, after what was it? The last race I did at Monza last week, I think I got passed by 4 cars before turn 1, so I was sure to practice my start a bunch this time around. But got a really good start. Probably could have forced it on Ian if I wanted to, but thought better of it. And was by the time I got in front of Ethan and Marlon, kind of held them up for a while. And Ethan gave me he put a good, as a NASCAR guy, I have to say, that was a really good bump and run, Ethan. You didn't even have to let me go after that. But yeah,
I think I even said that.
Yeah, so actually I thought I was impressed with that one. But yeah, those guys, I was off. I didn't have it for them on the long run. I made way too many mistakes, so wound up 14 seconds back. But yeah, congrats to Ethan on the win, and Marlon on another awesome race.
That was a great one. It's funny. I either thought that I said that or I did say that about the old bump and run there. It was great. It really was. It was a NASCAR move right here in our very own V8's America series. But PJ, it's been really a pleasure having you here and getting to see you race with us here on the America series. I hope you enjoy it here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun racing this car, and it honestly does help me when I go back and forth with this and the NASCAR stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of fun, and hope to come back. Probably won't be able to do it for the rest of the season because of now with the NASCAR Peak Antifreeze series starting up, but try to hit this up and the V8 Supercar Premier Series as often as I can.
Man, that makes me really, really happy that you're a big part of the V8 series as well as over there in the stock cars. I really enjoy both, as you know. Really excited. We'll root for you in all that you do over there on the oval side of things, and we wish you the luck here as well, buddy. It's like I said, it's a pleasure to have you here, and we wish you the best in the Peak Antifreeze series.
All right, thanks, JD.
Absolutely. That is PJ Sturgis, everybody. He got the final step on the podium tonight. A very impressive run. Let's bring in next Mr. Richard Elward.
13.
Richard Elward, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-race show. A top 5 run tonight at Virginia International Raceway. How are you, Richard?
Yeah, good, JD. Yeah, pretty happy with the run tonight.
Yeah, it should be, as VIR tough track. Lots of little obstacles and not a lot of passing opportunities. Tell me a little bit about your run this evening.
Yeah, I was mainly pretty happy with the consistency I did this evening. I haven't really strung a lot of laps together, so I was happy that I managed to do it.
I was chasing Blake there all race, and I think I seemed to have a bit of pace on him in the front half of the track, and then he had me on the last sector, and I just couldn't get close enough to have a crack at him.
It was a good run though. All the close battles we had on the track tonight, it was fun watching. You had your own close battles. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, the same with Blake there. You know, I just couldn't quite get close enough to have a go at him, but it was a good run. Yeah, like Blake was pretty consistent. I think he only made about one mistake the whole race, and unfortunately for me, that was when I'd made one just a little bit earlier, so I couldn't capitalise.
You're absolutely right. That's one of the things that really impressed me about the run from the most of the entire field tonight was the limited mistakes out on the track. It made it extremely difficult for guys to be able to make any passes. And you're right. He did make very few mistakes and made the job a lot harder.
Yeah, well, he's always up there, Blake. You know, he's good fun to race against, and well done to the top three guys. They were just awesome pace.
They really did. They gave us a great show, and Richard, as always, it's a pleasure having you in the series as well as on the broadcast. And we wish you the best of luck in all the series you run. And it's just been good to have you back here.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Always good to try and have a run on a Saturday when I can.
That's it, man. Saturday. I got to remember it's Saturday in Australia. It's Friday night here in the U.S. And I know you guys. When does I know we got our big Daytona 500 Sunday. Do they televise that over there?
Oh, they might too, JD. Mate, I don't spend a lot of time watching stuff. I watch. Certainly don't follow the round oval cars too much. Enjoy driving them when I have a crack, but not very often do I get a chance to do it.
Hey, that's all right, my friend, and we wish you the best of luck. And as always, thanks for coming in and having a chat with us.
No problems, mate.
And that is Richard Elward, everybody. Top 5 tonight. Great performance out on the track. We got Victor Tanaka, who's waiting to have a little talk with us. So let's bring in Victor. And Victor Tanaka, welcome to the post-race show. How are you tonight?
Hey guys, pretty good. How are you?
Wonderful, man. It's Friday night here in the U.S., which means we just got through watching an America's race, and a good one indeed it was. You had your own hands full tonight.
Yeah, I mean, in the beginning of the race, I saw myself pulling away from people behind and people in front of me pulling away. Like, it's going to be one of those races, just running by myself.
One of those races.
Yeah, and it was definitely not what happened, as you guys saw.
No, exactly. The Simability car looked good, though.
Yeah, it was amazing. Had a good setup and was comfortable in the car. I apologized to Paul in the beginning there in the lap 2. I think it was a little bit ambitious my move there, but he did say that he didn't see me, and that's why we touched there. Pretty good sportsmanship from him, and yeah, that's how I like to end races.
I tell you what, I meant to say something to Ethan Grigalt when he was here. We did see lots of good sportsmanship out on the track tonight. And while I'm thinking about it, Ethan had an incident with Marlon, or no, it wasn't with Marlon. It was with PJ Sturgios, and he laid back and let PJ back around him immediately, which was extremely the right thing to do, and just wanted to commend him for that. That was really a great move, and like you said, Victor, it's always something that we try to keep as a staple here in this series is that sportsmanship, and the day that it goes, I go. That's something I really, really want to keep in this series, and you guys have done a wonderful job of doing that.
Yeah, when you race people clean and you have fun, and contact happens, whoever is the fault, just admits right away and apologize. Next time you race the guy, you're gonna remember that. You're gonna remember he's a nice guy. He apologized. I can race him cleanly and no problem. And that's how I like to do stuff. Same thing happened with Falzone at the end there. I don't know if you guys were watching that or not, but
No, we didn't catch that one. I was wondering what happened with Falzon. I seen.
yeah, there was I believe it was Ed. He was a lap down, and I think he was trying to get out of the way, and he got off the track, and Fawzon basically panicked because of that, and he basically followed him, and I tried to step on the brakes, but he was just right in front of me, and I touched him. But yeah, it was just a chain of really bad coincidence happening at once. It was really unfortunate because we had a great race up until that point.
Yeah, you'll see on the broadcast. I kept going back to that battle between you and Falzon several times because you guys were having a great race for such a long time.
Yeah, I mean, we had, very similar pace, and whoever was in front was the slowest. So he was catching me, like, okay, he's faster. And then when he finally got past me, I caught back up to him, and we were battling again. So it's one of those things. When you're behind, it's always easier to be a little faster because you're just aiming for that guy in front of you.
It is, man. It is a lot. It's a crazy one, but I like you said, it was a great race tonight, Victor, and enjoyed your performance. It was fun to watch. There was so much going on with the front three, and then unfortunately with Ian Ford's engine failure. Uh, but man, it was a. I'll be honest, it was a lot better race than I ever would have thought it would have been tonight. Great race.
Yeah, as Tony. Tony had to leave. He had an emergency, but as Tony, I literally clicked on the register button at 9:14 because I was not gonna race. I was like, I don't have the pace, man, and I think I'm going to be bad last. And I didn't expect to have any fun tonight, and it was totally the opposite of that. So I'm pretty glad I actually joined the race.
See, so you thought like I did, and then here you go. A great run, man. Awesome talking to you, Victor, as always. And we wish you the best of luck as you continue to improve in the series, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And thank you for the broadcast once more. And yeah, keep it up.
Oh, will do, brother. We ain't going nowhere. And in fact, we've just added more to the repertoire of broadcasts. One more plug for the brand new All Jacked Up season. It has just started, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like, we have it's not brand new, but it's a brand new season of our new radio show, All Jacked Up, as we talk all things NASCAR. And we're just got through with our season 2, episode 1. It's actually the 7th episode we've ever made, but it has just been released, and you guys can go download that right now from iTunes. You can download it directly from our website, which is www.alljackedupradio.com, and that's JAKD, alljackedupradio.com. And I just challenge you to give it a listen. Let us know what you think. It would mean the world to Kane and me if you would help just spread the word about it. If you guys could share it on Facebook, it would help so much. The community here could help spread the word, and it really could help that show grow. I think it's a wonderful show, and like I said, I challenge you guys to just give it a try and let us know what you think. But as always, guys, a pleasure here on Friday nights, favorite night of the week. We love getting down here and broadcasting some America's action, and you guys put on one heck of a show tonight. That is all that I have tonight, Kane. Also, one more plug. If you guys on Wednesday nights in the U.S., we are broadcasting the NASCAR iRacing series, and you guys aren't going to want to miss that. Kane put down a wonderful show on Wednesday. Kane, tell them a little bit about it.
I tell you what, I think this year in the NASCAR iRacing series, I think it's really going to be an exciting season because the Daytona 500 was exciting all the way through, and usually, it's a long race, and it can get kind of slow, but tell you what, the way they've got these cars handling now, it was an exciting race to watch, and I think that the entire season is going to be really exciting. So if you're not doing anything on Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern here in America, the NASCAR iRacing Series will be on iRacing Live. JD and I will be there. JD will be with me from now on, and it's going to be a great show.
That is right. It'd like to kill me not being there this Wednesday, but had a great fill-in, did a great job. I will be there this Wednesday, and look forward to you guys coming and checking out the NASCAR iRacing series. And that is it for me tonight, guys. A wonderful, wonderful race. I'm going to have to definitely download this one and put it on the phone and listen to this one over and over and over again at work. This was an incredible race, guys. And just set the weekend off perfect. It's the Daytona 500 weekend. Real World Racing is back. I am stoked. I will be in front of the TV all weekend long. We got racing. In fact, I'm fixing to cut off this and check in on how the Craftsman Truck Series did. From everybody here at our wonderful broadcast, that would be Kane and myself, we wish you guys a wonderful night, and we look forward to seeing you guys next Friday night, same time, same place, as we get ready to tackle Suzuka Circuit, and that is always a treat. It's going to be a different race, so be looking for something a little different next week, and we're going to have some fun as we get tackle Week 11. Only 2 races left in the Americas Series. I'm JD Smith, Kane Craft, rocking it out with me all night. Y'all have a great night.
Shout out to Jacob. Eat your vegetables.
Muggleton just has to cross over this crest. He will cross the line and will win the championship.